Joe Girardi Show right here on Yes. Later on in the show, you get a chance to be the host in a sense. Throughout the week, you go to Ask Joe at YesNetwork.com. You can go to Facebook. You can go to Twitter. A lot of ways to get in touch with us, and we'll take the best questions. But right now, the Yankees have a long road trip late in the season, and it starts with 4 games in Baltimore. You took 2 out of 3 from the Orioles. What do you expect from them in Baltimore?
Well, they're playing better, and they're swinging the bats a little bit better. And we know going there is always a tough place to play. And every game we play against Baltimore over the last 2 years seems to be, just a dogfight. The games are close, or 1-run, 2-run games, and we're pretty even over the last 2 years, so it should be an outstanding series.
Is there a difference between them there than here?
Well, a little bit. I mean, they're home, but I mean, they're still a club that can be very explosive. As we saw on Sunday, they can hit some home runs, and they can turn a game around really quickly, and they pitch well, and they have talent.
Now, they won a lot of 1-run games last year, almost unusually. So I think they were 29-9, which is completely against the mean, and then they've come back to that. Are they a different team this year than last?
They're still very talented, and you have Chris Davis, who's having an MVP type year. You have Adam Jones, who's playing extremely well, and a lot of their guys are playing extremely well. So, are they a different team? No. I mean, maybe some things went their way last year, but they still have a pretty good record.
Now, this will be Mark Reynolds returning to Baltimore. He played with the Orioles the last couple of years. He's done a good job for you. I always read in football, like a team will pick up a guy that was with a team. In baseball, can that matter? Can Mark Reynolds say anything about the Orioles?
Oh, I think so. I mean, he can help you, and he understands what they like to do in certain situations. And sometimes those guys, when they're let go by a team, can come back to haunt them, and hopefully it helps.
Now, I always picture, like, you and your coaching staff having a big, bright light in his face and just deprogramming him. Does it go like that?
No, it doesn't. We don't do that.
But do people ask him, okay, Mark, what's going on here?
I'm sure they ask. I'm sure guys pick his brain about, certain things that the other club likes to do, of course.
All right, and then after Baltimore, 4 games, by the way, against the Orioles. Yankees go to Fenway Park against the Red Sox. And after the Red Sox take the first 3 at Yankee Stadium, do you even think about revenge, or is it just, we got to take it a day at a time?
No, you take it a day at a time. That's all you can do. Because if you get caught up in that, you get too emotional, and those emotions get in their way. So you got to take it one game at a time.
Now, I'm not sure exactly how the starting staff will break down, but there's a chance that you could see Dempster again. Is that something that might have some extracurricular activity?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
Because he's not hitting.
I don't think so.
How about A-Rod in Fenway Park? He had that big home run after Dempster had hit him. How tough is that? You think of all the places that he's been so far, you think that's the toughest and the nastiest?
Maybe, but it was that way before all this other stuff, came out. So, for Alex, it's always been something there, and I'm sure it'll be tough in Baltimore because they're division rivals.
All right, and then Toronto comes to town. They're a little bit different in Toronto. You lost 2 out of 3 to them in Toronto. Here you kind of own them.
Yeah, they seem to be playing a little bit better, too. And it's a club that can still really swing the bats. I know Bautista's out. He's out for the year. But, I mean, they can really swing the bat, and they have speed, and they have some different pieces there.
When you look at the way this team is hitting now, and the fact that you're not getting the pitching that you had earlier, does it just eat you up that you haven't had your full team the whole year? Because you could be a team that could be closing on 90 wins, 95 wins right now.
No, it doesn't, because it's part of the game. And you could talk about it and you could think about it, but what good is it going to do you? It's not going to help you right now in the present moment. So, and nobody's going to feel sorry for you, so I don't think about it.
Do you ever feel sorry for yourself? I mean, you wouldn't admit it to me, but do you ever sit in that room and go, oh, here we go again?
No. I still feel that I'm extremely blessed and to have this opportunity. And it's September, and games are meaningful for us in September, and that's all you can ask for.
All right, so your attitude is great. Do you ever have to go into that room and tell the guys, all right, chin up, let's go, we could still do this?
No, I have not had to do that the whole year. These guys have fought and fought and fought. And you could look at Saturday's game. What are we down? 12-2 or 12-3, and all of a sudden it's 12-9. And this club continues to fight.
All right, a couple of questions about specifics on your team. Chris Stewart looks like he's getting fatigued. Is that accurate?
I don't know. I think you could say that about anybody, Michael. Anybody at this time of the year is going to feel a little bit of fatigue, and it's more than he's used to playing. But Chris is in good shape, and he prepares himself well.
All right, one of the plays that sticks out from the past week, it was against the Red Sox. He played such a good game, and I never see you show emotion on the bench, and you just dropped your head when Soriano got picked off at second.
Yeah.
Is that like he's that type of player, and you have to live with mistakes like that, or does that chap you?
No, I wasn't happy about it, and he's meant so much to this club that you're going to have that. I've been so happy that we've had him, But, I mean, that's something that can't happen. And it's an experienced player, and he understands that it can't happen, but it did. And that's the human element in the game that sometimes you'd like to be able to pull it out, but that's the human element.
The human element, is that something that has to be reinforced, or do you just let your coach say it, or does it not even have to be said when he gets picked off?
No, there was some discussions about it, yeah.
And is it a productive discussion?
Yeah, it's a productive, and guys understand, and they understand they're going to make mistakes, and it's not going to be the last one he made, and I made mistakes as a player. Everybody does, but it's part of the game, and at that crucial point of the game, it gets magnified.
All right, how much scoreboard watching have you been doing?
It's impossible not to watch the scoreboard. It's right there in front of you.
Why do people say they don't watch? I mean, it's your business.
Yeah, it is our business. And I check, and I'm not just checking teams that matter to us. I'm checking, I mean, there's some good races. You look at the National League Central, it's very, very interesting, and I've been paying attention to that, too.
All right, a couple of weeks left. Do you have a good feeling or a bad
I
feeling?
do. I think we're going to play well the rest of the way out. Obviously, we need some guys to step up in that bullpen over the next 4 or 5 days because of some of the injuries. But I like our chances.